People are absolutely losing their minds over Asajj Ventress being in the Bad Batch, because if you didn't know this, she died at the end of a novel called Dark Disciple, and it's canon. In this novel, Asajj Ventress is brought in by the Jedi Council, actually recommended by Master Yoda, to join Quinlan Vos on a mission to assassinate Count Dooku. During this part of the timeline, it's still the Clone Wars, and Asajj Ventress is just basically a bounty hunter. So the way Quinlan Vos actually gets her to join him on this mission to kill Count Dooku is by going undercover as a fellow bounty hunter. They do a few jobs together, and eventually they end up on Mustafar, where things go a little bit wrong, and Quinlan Vos actually has to use the Force. He reveals to Asajj Ventress that he is a Jedi, but apparently she already knew. Over their time together, Asajj Ventress and Quinlan Vos actually start to fall in love with each other. Asajj, being fueled by the hatred for her former master, Count Dooku, who tried to kill her, and her love for Quinlan Vos, she actually accepts the mission to go and kill the Count. During this mission, the couple lose to Count Dooku. Asajj escapes, but Quinlan Vos is actually captured and tortured until he joins Count Dooku, becoming his apprentice and following the dark side. Obi-Wan Kenobi and Asajj Ventress actually go together to the Jedi Council to report everything that's happened with Quinlan Vos. When they report this, they give Asajj the chance to start over. They basically tell her, if you can bring Quinlan Vos back to us, then your slate will be wiped completely clean and you'll be a friend of the Jedi. So that's exactly what she does. She rescues Quinlan Vos and brings him back to the Jedi Council. But in order to test his loyalty, the Jedi Council sends him on a mission to kill Count Dooku once again. Master Yoda has a conversation with Quinlan Vos before he goes on this mission, and he knows that Quinlan Vos has fallen to the dark side. There are a lot of very notable characters that go on this mission with Quinlan Vos, like Anakin, Obi-Wan, Asajj, and Commander Cody. During the mission, Quinlan Vos actually takes Dooku and forces him to take him to his master, Darth Sidious, in order to learn the true identity behind Dooku's master. So at some point during the mission, Asajj Ventress and Quinlan Vos take Count Dooku in a ship, and they go to try to figure out exactly who is pulling the strings. They do fail because the Republic actually starts bombarding where they're at, and it does injure Asajj Ventress. Ventress eventually confronts Quinlan Vos about his alignment with Dooku and him falling to the dark side, and during this conversation, he admits it, but Count Dooku strikes. Count Dooku, trying to kill Quinlan Vos, shoots Force Lightning, which Asajj Ventress jumps in front of and takes the full force of that. This completely fries her. Asajj Ventress dies. Dooku then tries to get Quinlan Vos to murder him, which he refuses because he will not fall to the dark side. Obviously, Dooku escapes because Quinlan Vos is just dealing with the death of his lover. In the end, Asajj Ventress is recognized by the Jedi Council as a friend of the Jedi, and overall, just a pretty good person. You might be asking, how in the world is she back if she got absolutely fried by Count Dooku? Well, at the very end of the book, after they report everything to the Jedi Council, Obi-Wan Kenobi and Quinlan Vos take her body back to Dathomir, where they put her in this pool for her final resting place. When they put her in the pool, the water turns green, and they hear the voices of deceased Night Sisters welcoming her home. So my theory is that this pool does a lot more than I thought it would. We already know the Night Sisters use an extremely dark magic, allowing them to sometimes resurrect or reanimate corpses. I think the pool that they actually put her in somehow has brought her back to life, and that's why we're going to see her in the Bad Batch. They've already said they're going to stick to what happened in that book. So I think that's the most plausible answer as to why she's actually returning. As for what her mission is and what she's going to be doing in the Bad Batch, I have absolutely no clue. Maybe when they release another trailer, I'll make a prediction on that. If you have a different theory about how Asajj Ventress is coming back for the Bad Batch after her death in that canon novel, Dark Disciple, please let me know in the comments. If you absolutely love Star Wars and you love honest opinions about Star Wars, make sure you subscribe and share this channel with anybody else that you know that loves Star Wars. If you want to know what would happen if Darth Vader actually survived at the end of Return of the Jedi, go watch this video. I appreciate you for watching this, and I'll see you in the next one. May the Force be with you.